will go up on YouTube by the end of today. I certainly hope. So be sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe, click that little bell for an alert every time we go live. It really helps fool the YouTube algorithm. All right, the front page of your unit test may or may not contain a scrap piece of keyboard that says scrap on top. However, there is one thing that is missing on my potential keyboard. Do you know what that is? I do not put the note names on this. I just kind of like expect you to figure it out. So here's how you figure it out. Find the two black keys, go one to the left, that's letter C. That's it, and then you can fill it out from there, right? A, B, C, D, all the way up, and likewise on the left.
Two keys? Like, is it every two keys?
Yeah, if you did the math here, so two keys, one to the left, that's C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Whoa, will you look at that? Question?
Is that gonna
Are
be
you gonna
graded?
use our notes on it?
No.
Is that gonna be graded? Like.
No, this is scrap. As soon as you hand it to me, I throw this front page out. Like it never even existed. Okay? So you can't use your notes. That's actually a really great question. Up until here, I have let you. But this, you're gonna have to remember on your own. Everybody good so far? That's easy, because that's just like the scrap page. If, hypothetically, one day, I asked you to draw a treble clef, could you do it? Yeah? What's like the secret to it? Straight line. A P, D thing? Like that?
Yeah.
And then the letter D. Oh, I like it. So just, that's it?
No, you gotta circle the right spot up there.
Which spot?
So, up, yeah.
On the G.
That?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's how you make a G clef. If you do this, you're gonna have a bad time. If you do this, you're gonna have a bad time. This part has to be circling the G, because not only is it called a treble clef, it's also called a G clef. All right, so that's the secret. Hypothetically, if I asked you to draw me a bass clef, what would that look like?
Have your,
Like, I know it starts on backwards C,
Backwards C, start there.
and then dot, dot on the E.
top two,
Top two what?
left spaces.
So here and here?
On the F.
I agree, there you go, right? That's called a bass clef, also known as a F clef, so make sure you know how to do that. And you are welcome to like write questions in as you go through this if you want more clarification, like we can absolutely do that. All right, do you guys remember what this one is called? What kind of clef is that? The review is good. Don't know? That's okay. C clef. You can call it a C clef. Do you remember how it works? Ooh. Wherever the indentation is C. It's middle C in particular. So if I had a note here, what note name would that be? C, because the little indentation is here on the line, so that makes any note on that line C. What note would that one be?
C, F,
C, D, E, F. I heard it out there. Great. How about that one? Go work it backwards. B. No. C, B, A, G would be in the space. That's also an F. It's also an F. Okay, so you have to know how this clef works, and I may even ask you to like write in a note, or I may not. Probably not. You just have to know how it works. But you do you, your preparation, I suppose. Hey, what if I just started like writing some note names on the board? Do you think you guys could label them? Yeah. There, let's just do a bunch. I'll throw a treble clef up here, I'll throw a bass clef here. What note would that be? That's on the space.
A.
A. What about that one?
F.
F. That one,
D.
D. How about that guy?
A.
A,
Hey, that's great. How about that one?
F.
F. How about this one?
A.
Nope.
yo, that's C.
Nope.
Oh.
This is every. D. Nope, we're working backwards now. So E. D would be below the line. C would be on that ledger line I wrote in. What is it? B. Okay. That's great. Let's do some bass clef ones. How about that guy?
A.
A for all cows eat grass. How about that one?
G.
That's grass.
3,
F.
G.
D is correct. Great big dreams. How about this one? Ooh. Great is on the line.
C.
E.
E is right. Great is on the line, moving backwards. F would be below. E would be on the one below that. So, note name identification. That is clearly on there. Let's say I did one of these. Oh, you're gonna hate me. About that. What note name is that?
D.
D.
D. The indentation is here on the line, so that makes it C, because this is a C clef. Go up one, and it's D. So, I don't enjoy reading this. Like, I used to have to write scales in this in college theory, and I thought it was the worst. Like, because I actually had to think about kind of what y'all are going through right now, if you don't know treble and bass clef. So, I was put in your position, and I hated it. So, if I had to go through it, now you get to. Go ahead.
For the C clef, would the
Yes.
indentation ever be on a space?
Theoretically, it could, I've never seen it, but it could be. So, most of the time, 98% of the time, I would imagine that indentation is on the center line, or it's the line above. This is a clef that I've seen a little bit in cello. Cello will play in this, but viola will play with it in the middle. That's like 98% of the cases, but I'm sure that it's out there in some obscure, like, 16th century composition. Go ahead.
Is there like a, like, you know how like for treble clef and bass clef is like every good boy does fine. Is there like anything for that one?
No, well, I'm sure there is. We could make one up.
What is like how do I know? It's
What?
how do I? Okay, so the middle of the thing is C.
Mhm.
Oh, never mind.
There you go. You did it. You answered your own question. At the end of the day, the question that you answer yourself is the best answer I could possibly give. All right. If you had to draw note names in two places, do you think you could do it? Yeah, let's see. Let's say I asked for a B in two places. Could you give me what line a B might be on?
Second.
Second from here, the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay. Where would the next one be?
Ledger line on the top. On it.
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Nope. Remember,
Oh.
great big dreams for America. A is this top one.
So it's just.
It's just above the top line. You don't have to draw on a ledger line for that, which is helpful. Okay, let's do another one in two places. How about E? Oh, this one will be fun.
Third
Third
space.
space.
Third space. 1, 2, 3. Huzzah! We need some ledger lines for this next one, huh?
We could have a ledger line at the bottom.
Ledger line on the bottom,
And
and then put it on or
Put it on.
boom. Agreed. That's great. All right, how about this one? Let's say, oh God, I'm so sorry to do this to you. Let's say an F in two places. Oh, this sucks. I'm sorry, dude. This. You'll probably never have to use this again in the course.
First space from the top.
First space from the top up here.
Yeah.
I agree. Let's check it. Here's your indentation. C, D, E, F. Good. Where's the next one? We have to work backwards now, don't we?
It's down C, E, no, C, A.
Would it be on the bottom?
Bottom line is correct. That's
Oh,
great. You know what's great about this being up on YouTube? You can review any of this at any time. And I'm giving you guys academic hour. This should be the least stressful unit test you ever take in your life. Isn't that wonderful? It doesn't, some of you are not nodding, they're like, it's not wonderful at all. This is torture. You all really celebrated Columbus Day pretty intensely yesterday, which is what Columbus would have wanted. Okay, what is this called?
Flat.
What is this called?
Sharp.
What is this called?
Natural.
Beautiful, that's great. A grand staff, think back to what a grand staff is. You have a few different components there. Can you walk me through how to make a grand staff on this? A what line?
Straight line,
Straight line?
and then you have
The bracket,
the bracket, yeah.
Ooh, the bracket. So the letter C, a triangle, and another letter C.
and then you have the treble clef on the top and bass clef on the bottom.
That's great. So look at that. 4 components to this. A correct treble clef that circles the G. A correct bass clef that sort of highlights the F. A vertical line and a bracket. So maybe, just maybe, I don't know where this is coming from, not that I'm looking at it, but there might be an element or 2 or 3 that is missing, and you'll sort of have to fill in the blank, make this a grand staff, and you'll have to know those 4 things. All right. What does the term enharmonic mean?
Two different note
Two.
names that have the same sound.
That's a beautiful definition. 2 different note names, but they have the same sound. I like to think of, now this is going up on YouTube, so I can't mention names. The twins who graduated last year, they had different names, but they were essentially the same person, right? They had the same sound when they spoke. It's very difficult to tell them apart. Yes, that's what I like to think of.
One had a blue backpack, one had a red.
And yeah, that was the only way to tell them apart. But they had different names. Debatable. Well, they definitely had different names. Okay, so what if I asked for, we'll keep the grand staff. Can you write me a note that is enharmonic to that?
What, is that, oh, that's,
No.
A.
It's not an A, you're thinking bass clef and all cows eat grass. This is
Oh,
F.
F, F.
Yep. So how could I play the same key on the keyboard and spell it in a different way?
G flat.
A G flat, this would be a white key, and you're looking at your keyboard diagram that I gave you. G flat would be a black key, so it can't be that.
E sharp?
E sharp would be a way.
How would you go over how we figured this out?
Sure. Do you have a keyboard diagram handy? All right. What do you? Okay. So find this key on the keyboard. Got it? What note name is it? Great. What's another way to approach it?
Oh, E sharp?
E sharp. Yep. Can we think of more ways? Maybe more twisted ways, since you guys know more than just single flat, single sharp.
F sharp.
Double sharp,
What is it?
double sharp, what is it?
D.
You say this?
Yeah.
D double sharp?
No. Go up 2 half steps from D. Tell me if you end up on an F.
E, no. Would it be a
E
double
flat?
sharp?
E flat, E double.
Well, now you're going the wrong way. I don't know. Look, if you really want to, as the children say, flex on this tomorrow,
E sharp, or not E sharp, but would be E flat double sharp?
E flat double sharp. I don't even know if such a thing exists. Oh God, what do I do? I'm hitting the gas and the brakes at the same time. And like at the end of it, like maybe I go 5 miles an hour. I don't know if such a thing exists. How about this? How if I did this?
Could just do
Could I do that?
A flat flat, or
G double.
It's a G double flat, find G, go down 2 half steps. Notice you end up on the same key as the F.
A triple flat?
A triple flat only gets you 3/4 of the way there.
A four flat?
1,
A
2,
quadruple flat.
3, 4. Theoretically, and this is music theory, theoretically such a thing exists. It is also a sin against nature and should be cast into the fire where there is wailing and gnashing of teeth. But technically such a thing exists, just to get to that. So if you really want to flex, you can. But I think the easier answer here is E sharp, so you do you. Great. Let's talk scales. This is the meat and potato. Scales start here, and they may theoretically go all the way through this page. So you probably spend kind of a bit of time on them, so we should spend kind of a bit of time here. Alrighty. Somebody give me a note name.
A.
A, it's a great place to start. Theoretically, something may look like this. Clearly, I'm just calling for like note names out there. A might actually be on there or may not be, but the process is still the same. Okay, step 2, what do I do?
Label it,
Huh?
label it, like, so go up the scale, so B,
Okay, so now I just start writing in notes.
up to 8.
Up to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, need one more, and it's A. So I have from A to A, and they should match, and A natural to A natural not in front of them, so that's great. Step 2.
2 and 3 are raised, or
No.
2 and 3 are half.
Ooh, say it, Michael.
4, is it 4?
Hmm.
No, is it 5
3,
and
4,
6?
3, 4.
No, it's 3 and 4, yes.
It's 3 and 4. How could you remember that?
Oh,
It's
because
whole half, whole half.
Okay, so you actually memorized that whole, half, whole, half, right? Whole, half, whole, wait a minute, whole, to a half, whole, to a half. You could do that, or do you remember? This is a major scale here. I'm not taking this down. Like, I have so much tape on there because it's fallen over the years, I'm not messing with it. Do to do is a major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at the green pieces of paper that are closer together.
7 to 8.
3 to 4, 7 to 8 should be the half steps. All right, so now you go through the process. A to B, is that a whole step?
Yeah.
It is. B to C, is that a whole step?
No,
It is not.
needs to be
C
C
sharp,
C sharp. C sharp to D, whole step or half step?
half step,
That's what it should be. D to E, whole or half.
whole,
E to F, whole or half.
half.
What should it be?
Sure.
F sharp is right. You guys are pretty good at this. F sharp to G needs to be a whole step. Is it already a whole step?
No G sharp.
G sharp, modify G sharp. And now if I did everything right, this should be like really nice. G sharp to A is a half step, and that's what it should be. Great. Want to do another major scale? Major scales are easy because you don't have to modify anything. Like once you do it, you're good to go. Congratulations. Minor's a little bit, minor's a little bit more difficult, but let's just like pick a wonky one here. How about, ooh, something that's gonna require a little bit of everything. A major scale starting on a G flat. Let's roll. Step 1,
fill in.
fill it in. G, A, B, C, D, F, G. Okay. Need to make sure.
G
G flat. these two match. Otherwise, I really haven't written the major scale. I've written, a mistake. All right, half steps between 1, 2, 3, and 4, 7 and 8. Here we go. G flat to A.
That's a half step.
It's a half step?
Or,
No, it's a whole-
or it has to be a whole step, but it's only a half.
What? You flat to A?
Setting up Michael.
Wouldn't that be a more than a whole step? Wouldn't it be-
It's more than a whole step.
What is-
Right, look at those keys. G flat to A, oh dear, that's like 3 half steps. So, it's too big. How can I make it
A sharp?
Not that
A
big.
flat.
A flat? Agreed. Look at that. You guys were going off the track. Michael saved you. He pulled you back from the brink. A flat to B needs to be a whole step. Is it already a whole step?
A flat to B, oh no, that's a.
No, it's
that's more
a
than-
full and half, so it's B flat.
B flat is correct. Ish. B flat to C, is that a half step already?
No, it's a whole step.
So,
It's
okay.
C flat.
C flat. Great. C flat to D, needs to be a whole step, is it? There's more than that.
Mm-hmm.
How can I reduce it?
D flat?
B. D flat to E, E flat, right, because that's more than a whole step. E flat to F, is that already a whole step?
I'm saying flat.
You say flat?
Stab.
So E flat to, so what you're saying is this? Okay,
I don't think that's right.
I don't think that's right either.
Yeah, we messed up, I know when we messed up.
Where did we mess up?
The B flat to C,
You think so?
yeah. Wait, actually, can we just go redo, go from the start? I don't think that's.
You wanna redo the whole thing?
No, we were right on the B flat.
The B, so it should be a half step. So B flat to C, let's just check it. Is B flat to C a whole or a half?
It's a whole step.
What should it be?
Half step,
Okay, so how can I reduce that then?
it would be C flat.
As that's what we put, isn't it?
Okay.
So everything after that is right, except
6 to 7.
6 to 7.
It'd be just,
Look at that. Yeah, F natural. You could do that. I would accept that. You put a natural in front of it if you want to make it crystal clear. You could put it in parentheses if you want, or you just leave it alone. Don't write anything in. Up to you how you want to do it. And if I did everything right, F to G flat should already be a half step, and it is. Who's lost? Previously, I'm lost. Okay, do you want to move on to minor? Ooh, let's do minor, and let's switch clefs, because reasons. Somebody give me a note name that doesn't start with an A. Let's A flat,
G.
or A sharp.
you sure?
E flat.
Oh, first one I heard was over here was G. And I'm gonna say natural minor because we know what that means. It means something. Step 1, fill it in. I need to have 8 notes. G, A. All right. G and G both match. Okay. Numbers. If you want, do you guys like the numbers or no?
I like.
Some of you like the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. Where are the half steps in a natural minor scale? Between 2 and 3. 2 and 3, 5 and 6. Let's say that tomorrow you come in and you don't remember that. What can help you in this room? Yeah, that's great. Where does a natural minor scale start?
Law.
La starts the natural minor scale. So La is 1, T to Do is a half step, that's 2 to 3. Ignore that, Do. 4, 5, 6, Mi to Fa is 5 to 6. Whole step to get back up. Correct. Now let's go through the process. 1 to 2, G to an A, whole step or half step?
Whole step.
Whole step, that's great. And that's what I want. A to B, whole step or half step?
That's a whole step.
It's a whole step, what do I want it to be though?
Half steps, B flat.
B flat. B flat to C, whole step or half step?
Whole step.
Great. C to D,
Whole step.
is that what I want?
No, you half step.
Do I? Are you sure about that?
Oh,
So you want a whole step.
What's that?
Yeah, whole
You
step.
do one, yeah, that's right. D to an E, whole step or half step.
Whole step.
What do I want it?
Half step.
How do I reduce it?
E flat.
Before I do that, you're all saying E flat, and I'm kind of, hold on, don't, no. I'm gonna call timeout here, and I'm wondering if I even want to do this. Do you remember, but I'm gonna do it anyway, do you remember the landmine that most people step on?
Yes, they go backwards.
They go backwards, so I'm comparing these two right now, D to an E. And some people are like, okay, I have a whole step, I have to reduce it to make it a half step. So I'll just make it D sharp, and now it's a half step. They'll do this, and they royally screw themselves up. Do you remember why?
Because it changes the whole ladder.
That's what it's like, that, what they're oh man, well that's more, so I gotta raise that one. Oh man, that's more, I gotta make that a natural. And like they just completely implode on themselves like a dying star. Always, always, always work from left to right and modify the one to the right. Please, we do not need any Chernobyl level meltdowns. 3 Mile Island, that's okay. No one really got harmed in that one. You're just like, oh, we almost had a big disaster. We avoided it. So that's why it's an E flat. E flat to F, right, time in. E flat to F, that's already a whole step, we're good. F to G, it's a whole step, so we're good to go. No, F to G is a whole step.
Yeah.
Look at, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it's
Questions, concerns, good of the order. Next, everybody, no, nothing? I'm just like, I just thought maybe you'd wanna ask some questions, you guys are awfully quiet, so, you're either soaking all of this in, or it's gonna be a Chernobyl. Let's say, for example, I wanted not a natural minor scale, but how about a harmonic minor? A flat. Well, do you remember what the rules for harmonic minor are? The first thing you start with. Harmonic minor.
Oh.
You start with the natural minor.
That's what I wanted to hear. Say it again.
Start with the natural minor.
Start with natural minor. Did we do that already? I wrote a G natural minor scale here, y'all helped me. So that was step 1. Step 2,
raised seven.
raise scale degree 7.
So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here,
sharp
sharp.
and it's an accident.
It is an accidental, it's true. What's that?
You don't fix 8 then. So it's,
I'm not gonna touch anything.
yeah.
I did it.
Then you're done.
Now, don't make a timeout again. Don't make the mistake of then like, well, but now that's not like a whole step between 6 and 7. Like, that's okay. That's not part of it. You know, you just like write the natural minor scale, raise scale degree 7, and feed. The curtain closes. You don't have to go back and remake it a natural minor scale or something strange like that. But that is a landmine people step on. So I want you to be aware of that. Get your mine detectors out. Questions on that? You want to do another harmonic minor? Let's do another one. We'll stick in Le Clef de Trevel, which is French. What, give me a note name.
B.
A.
I like B. And let's say I abbreviate it like that. Harmonic minor. Step 1, you know the drill. C, D, sorry for the sloppy handwriting. E, F, G, A, B. From B to shining B, here we go. You guys like the numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, 2 to 3, 5 to 6, and off we go. B to C, half step, whole step. Half step, how do I fix that? C sharp. C sharp to G, half step, whole step.
You said she sharp.
C sharp to D.
Oh, yeah.
It is a half step, I'm sorry. We'll have to check the tape on that, okay? Throw the red flag if I said it wrong. So I'm good to go. D to E. E to F.
He said E to F.
Jeez, I'm all over the map here. D to E. 1, 2, 3. This is 4. That's 5. That's 6. I'm sorry for my sloppy writing. E to F, I see where you're confused, is a half step, and it needs to be a whole step.
F is a half step? Oh, because it doesn't have that.
There you go. All right, here we are, 5 to 6. F sharp to G, half step or whole step.
Half step.
So I'm good to go. G to A,
No, whole step.
A to B.
Whole step.
Correct. I have now completed step 1. Step 2,
Raise scale degree 7.
raise scale degree 7. What note name is that here? A, so how can I raise it to half step? A sharp. Huzzah, I've now done it. That's it. I've left it sort of like incomplete, if you will, because it's not gonna sound that great. We have to fix it with a third form of the minor. Melodic minor. Anybody want more practice on anything so far? Melodic minor is where we're gonna, okay. Someone said A last time. Let's do a fun one. Oh, you guys will love this. Does this exist? Technically, this exists. So, we're off and running. Let's go, melodic minor. I know I'm gonna need all of these notes. F, G, A. Remember how melodic minor, you also have
Back
to
down.
descend. So we'll just go right back down.
With that A.
All the way back down to that A.
Would the top one be sharp?
The top one has to, that's what I was gonna do that next. So that has to match that. That has to match this. I mean, it's just, you could probably figure it out even with, but this is easier. Let's go and write the natural minor scale. Let's begin. A sharp to B, half step or whole step?
Half step.
Yeah, sharp.
No.
You tell me.
Sharp to B's half
How do I make it a whole step?
B sharp.
B sharp. This is going to suck. B sharp to C. Half step, whole step, or enharmonic?
B sharp to C.
D sharp to C is in
B
harmonic.
sharp to C is enharmonic, but it has to be a half step.
So
Sharp.
C sharp.
C sharp. Correct. C sharp to D, half step, whole step. What does it need to be?
D sharp.
Boom. D sharp to E,
E sharp.
D sharp.
E sharp. Here's a fun one. E sharp to F. Half step, whole step, or enharmonic, or something different. Enharmonic. How do I make it a half step?
F sharp.
If you guys can do this, it'll be good to go. F sharp to G, half step or whole step? G sharp. Okay. So I know according to the rules that I'm gonna have to descend on these same notes. So I'm just gonna fill them all in and make sure that they match right now before I start modifying anything further. So G sharp, A sharp, no, I'm sorry, F sharp, E sharp, D sharp. You know what? They're all sharp. C sharp, B sharp, and A sharp. Oh, sweet 8-pound, 9-ounce baby Jesus. Somebody other than Connor Ebel. The two that I have to modify to make a melodic minor now are scale degree
6 and 7.
6 and 7 on the way up. So let's find those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How do I raise a sharp? Double sharp, and it looks like this. A little X with 2 dots. I've seen it both ways. Sometimes it has a dot, sometimes it doesn't have a dot. Same thing with scale degree 7. Have to raise that. Now look at that. That one hurts the eyes, but it is correct. That is a melodic minor scale. More practice on this?
Yes.
Okay, I heard, like one person says yes, I have to do it. Let's go back to bass clef. Somebody give me a note name with a flat in it.
A flat.
Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. Step 1, A flat melodic minor scale. Right, my note name's going up. 3, 4. Has to be, and then I also have to do that going down. G, F, E, E, D, C, B, A. Boom. Match, 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 good. 1 to 2, half step, whole step, something more. Something more, so fix it.
Flat.
B to C, half step, whole step, something more.
Whole step.
I don't want it.
Half step.
How do we fix it?
Flat.
Flat. C flat to D, half step, whole step, something more. D flat. D flat to E, half step, whole step, or something more. So more than a whole. D flat to E.
Oh, okay.
How do I fix that then?
Oh, flat.
Flat. E to F, half step, whole step, some more.
Half.
E flat to F,
Oh, E flat. Whole.
it's a whole.
Needs to be half.
So how do I fix that?
Half flat.
F flat, bring that F down. It is a white key, but theoretically it's correct. And this is music theory after all. F flat to G, half step, whole step, something more. To fix it, G flat. And now if I did everything right, G flat to A flat should be a whole step, which it is, so that's great. And now I come over to the other half, because I have to descend on those same keys. And will you look at that, they're all flat. Who called out A flat minor? Did you know that was gonna happen?
Yes.
He knew it the whole time. He knew it. Some men just won't watch the world burn. All right. Now with melodic minor, I have to raise 2 different scale degrees. What are they?
6 and 7.
6 and 7. So here they are. F flat and G flat. How can I raise both of those?
Naturals.
2 naturals. Never actually tried doing that before. That took longer than it would have. Restoration one at a time. And now I've done it. Now I've done it. Questions for me? That's us, isn't it? Look at the timing. I'm gonna put this up on YouTube. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Fools the YouTube algorithm.